Okay, so I'm going to do a flip through of the decks that I have created. This one's the Oracle deck, and this one is the Tarot deck. For disclosure, they do come from China, or I shouldn't say disclosure, for expectation setting. So they may take longer to get to you than normal. They're not mass produced, and so forth and so forth. They're sort of printed on demand, if you will. So we'll start with the Oracle deck. This is the back of them. They are quite large too for your expectation. And with these, I wanted to create a Oracle. What's the difference between Tarot and Oracle? Tarot cards have a definition and a system and spreads and all that kind of thing. Oracle cards are meant to sort of pull out your own intuition, to stretch it out. Like, for instance, the Fool card it has a definition, it has a meaning. It's never going to mean certain things. With Oracle cards, they're sort of a ladder, and so you can climb with your own intuition and go in places that the Oracle card doesn't necessarily go. So you can pull out more of your own intuition. But what I wanted to do was create a deck that you did not need a book for. And I actually have a little book for these, but the company that prints the tarot cards said I would have to start all the way over in order to plug it in there. So if you need the little spreadsheet or anything like that, then email me. I can probably send it to you or something. But I wanted to make an Oracle deck that did not need a book. And as you can see, there are Twin Flame, Love, Romance, Soulmates, the Two Hearts card. So you can pull this card and then you let your intuition walk you the rest of the way. What is it trying to say? What is it saying to you? What is it saying to the person or about the question that you just asked? So forth and so forth. So that's that card. And I want it to have like a little mixture of everything. So have luck and opportunity, great timing. I made this deck a long time ago before I did the saga, which is Spirit, Angels, Guides, and Ancestors. So, but this is the card for that. But I also wanted to create a deck that had more than just the nice cards in it. I wanted something that had a little more real life in it so that you can know what you're facing or what's going on around you, other than just, they're not affirmation cards. And so I wanted to have a little bit of everything, because tarot decks, which is kind of my inspiration for this one, have some ups and downs in it. And then it has some sort of neutral points, which I found some of that in here too. But I want it to have a little bit of everything. So there's some positive cards, some negative cards, some neutral cards, some cards that you don't want to see but you need to see, like this one. This is me all day. But you know, some time to start over. It's time to move on, empty things. And so that was my inspiration behind this. And so I was taking, like, this would be like the devil card. And so I was taking some of the tarot cards and sort of mixing them into here. That way you can get some all-around messaging type thing. And these were really fun to make. Actually, when I got, and it took me, you know, a few hours at the most. I made these on Canva, Canva, from start to finish. Found the images there. I was able to put the words in there, all that. For those looking to make your own Oracle deck, or even Tarot deck too, Canva was a good place to start. Because like I said, I found all the images there too, and was able to put the wording on there. I just couldn't print them from there. Well, I could print them like for me, but I couldn't print them for mass market, because then it would cost too much. And so every little thing you do drives up the cost. If you want a box, it drives up the cost. If you want a book, it drives up the cost. It's just good grief. But, like I said, it's a good place to start. And that is the Oracle deck. Should be 32 images there. Except that's the back of them. With the Tarot deck, that is the back. I love this card. It's actually one of my favorites. I want to get it blown up and put on the wall. Like, he went through a couple different iterations. He had like the face paint and the face makeup and all that stuff, but I like it just like this. Let me see if I can, is it back? Introduce some light into our lives here. Okay, that's better. Magician. Now, creating this, these cards, I wanted to go for the theme of what the Rider-Waite would say more so than I did just trying to put 8 cups in there or 7 wands in there or something like that. But the Magician, I did get all of the suits in there, the Pentacle, Sword, Wand, and Cup. But like I said, I wanted to get more of the theme. And I wanted a deck of diversity, for sure. I love this one too, with the Mars behind him. The Planet of Wool. But I had a lot of fun making these. Now, I included 4 lovers cards. Just depends on which one you want to use. There is the heterosexual couple, the same-sex male, the same-sex female. And if you did not want to use people at all, then I had the swans. Then there's the chariot. My inspiration for this card on, what is it, Wall Street, where, you know, the bowl of Wall Street and there's a little girl standing in front of it. I thought it would be nice to have like the child energy, that innocence, if you will. Because in the regular strength card in the Rider-Waite, she has a crown of leaves and twigs and berries and that type of thing. It's not a crown of power or absolute, that type of thing. And she has the infinity symbol above her head, which is a symbol of Christ. And so it's like walking with gentility. And so I wanted that in this card too. The Hermit. I wanted a more Middle Eastern woman walking through the mountains type thing. So it took me a while to get the image right. But I didn't want a man. I didn't want the long beard and all of that, even though that's, you know, heavy in symbolism. I just didn't want that. Wheel of Fortune. I love that wheel. Justice. Hangman. This is a very difficult card to create. But we got there eventually. The Death card, which is like the one that's hanging on my wall. This was what I wanted. What I wanted with the Death card was that the skeleton was walking through the city, and as he was passing each building, it was being overcome by vegetation. This is a symbol of transformation, of from death to life, and or life to death, and that type of thing. So he's walking through this abandoned city, but all of this life is coming back, or is sort of taking over. Temperance. It's not clear. The Devil card. I went through a couple iterations with this one. My original thought is still what I have. I wanted like a temptress, or somebody who was tempting someone to, and you see all the chains, and there's like money and drugs, and like it's the tempting thing, like come to the dark side. There's a Tower. The Upheaval, the Star of Hope. The Moon and its murkiness. Beware the Moon. The Sun. I love that card too. Judgment. I went with the Phoenix. This is your rebirth. Things coming back to life, coming back around. The Rapture in the world. The Wreath of Success. Ace of Cups. Now, as I said, I didn't want to go and put 2 cups, 3 cups, 4 cups in every card type of thing. I didn't want the picture to be cluttered so much because everything is kind of bigger and closer. And so, because I tried that when I was making them, and it just, I don't know, it didn't give me the feel. So I said, if I go with the theme of what the card means, then hopefully you'll still get it. Because the Two of Cups is a union, a bond, a cooperation, and a deal being made. And so here you have the man in the business suit and the man in the apron, or the barista. And so they're making a deal of some sort. Then here you do have some cups, but you have your harvest, your something to show for your partnership, your community. And there's the poor person sitting bored, apathetic. Life is just eh. The Five of Cups. Now, it's very faint, but I meant it to be that way. You can see there's a rainbow in the back of there. Because in the Five of Cups, there are 3 cups knocked over and 2 cups remain. So this is a card of grief, of sadness, of loss, that type of thing. But there's still some hope. There's still something that you can cherish within the midst of all of that. And so that's what I was going for. And your Six of Cups, your nostalgia, your memories, your innocence. Seven of Cups. Head in the clouds, confused. 8 of Cups. See, so I was trying to get the theme without the 8 Cups in there somewhere. This whole walking away. So your wishes, your desires, everything you could ever want with the 9 of Cups. And the happy family. And the pages, I wanted to mix them up as well when it came to gender, because all of the pages in the Rider-Waite, all of the knights in the Rider-Waite are all men or boys or male, I should say. So I wanted to mix it up, bring a little bit more femininity to at least 2 of them, and then the other 2 can be male. But the gender really doesn't matter. So if you pull a page of wands, it could still be female in the Rider-Waite, but I wanted to put a representation of that in there. My original Knight of Cups was also male, and I changed it to female because I only had one female knight, and that was the Pentacle one. So there's that. Again, I went more diverse than just everyone being whatever color they are in the Rider-Waite. Beige. Ace of Wands. You're planning. You're waiting. Celebrations and parties. So again, I was going for the theme. Fights, you don't know who's winning, who's on whose side. Parade, victory. Now with the 7 of Wands, what I was going for was a man in a rainbow suit, which would be a symbol of him being gay, and the church. And not only the church, this is the black church. And so that's a whole nother story there. But there is this guy, oh gosh, I forget his name. Dewey, I think it is, Pastor Dewey, I forget. But he was basically speaking about how you take the talents of the gay members, but you don't want the gay members of the church. And in the black church he was talking. And so this was the inspiration for that. And so he stands before the congregation. The 8 of Wands. Quick, fast, speedy communication from one to another. The 9 of Wands. Strained, tired. 10 of Wands. Weighed down, burdened. You're doing it the wrong way. There's the page. I needed a redhead somewhere in there, and there he is on his adventure. Looks like a reporter, which the Page of Wands is my reporter card. Reporting live from Egypt, little Timmy. The Knight of Wands. So the program I used to help me create all the images, you cannot, like the Queen of Wands does not sit this way normally in the Rider-Waite. She has like her legs apart. You cannot type such a thing into the internet and get a image that you can use. And so the King. I tried to capture the element, and she has her sunflowers, as she does in the Rider-Waite, which means success. Ace of Pentacles. Juggling act on the high wire there. Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles is collaborations and all that good stuff. Can I find it? No, probably can't. The original card I had was like three shadowy figures in the dark because, you know, the dark money thing. But I told myself that's not what the card means. That's what it means in politics. Politics is not everything. And so I went more for the collaboration. Now, with the Three of Pentacles, it also tells you that each of the people collaborating are from a different walk of life. And so that's what I went for there. The Greedy Man, the Miser, Four of Pentacles. I love that card too. Five of Pentacles. I love this card too. He has such a kind face. That's the charity and the giving card. The Harvest card. Waiting, assessing. Hard work. Eight of Pentacles. Luxury. Nine of Pentacles. Legacy. Ten of Pentacles. Makes me smile every time. A little face. The Page of Pentacles. This is your scholar. There's the Knight. And the Ace. This last one's a Sword. Clarity. Truth through the darkness. Two of Swords. And as I said, I didn't put sword, two swords, and three swords, and nine swords. And three swords was easier, as you'll see. But I wanted the thing, the sort of blinding yourself to your decisions and opportunities. Three of Swords. This is the soldier taking a respite, like the Four of Swords and the Rider-Waite. This is the bully, the young gal bullying the older. She has a little dagger, but it's in the darkness, you can't see. So there's like big sword, little dagger, young, old, the bully, advantage. Six of Swords, there's a double rainbow. You're on your way. Just got to get through the storm. Thief. The mental cage, but you are free to free yourself at any moment. Hands are untied. Just take the blindfold off and keep it moving. I love this one too. Fear, anxiety. You know, out of all of the tarot decks that I own, this is the only card ever, and it's not an exaggeration, the only card ever to invoke some sort of emotion in me is that one. Because it's Ten of Swords is about loss and ruin. And so here you have the two kids, and everything's gone. The house, the car, the parents, the everything. Everything is gone. And so it's like, oh, good grief. What did I create? A Page of Swords. It's adorable, but the Page of Swords means liar and gossip, so keep that in mind. The Knight of Swords. The Queen, which I am going to have this blown up and put on my wall. There's two large wings on either side. And the King of Swords. So that is the decks that I have made. A huge, gigantic, enormous thank you to everyone who has purchased the deck. It does come from China, as I said, so it may take you longer to get it, or it may cost you more in shipping and all that stuff too. But thank you to everyone who has gotten it, everyone who will get it, and at least everyone who wants it too. So, don't jump off the cliff. So until the next video, thank you all for watching. Goodbye.